Hey everybody, Jam Creates here, and driving home from work again. So today I just wanted to talk about something that has been in my mind. I've had conversations about this with other people before, and I was curious what you guys think. So definitely, if when you watch this video, definitely hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think. Of course, I would need to tell you what it is I'm talking about first before you can comment. And also, if you're new to the channel, you could always subscribe, and then that way you could hear all of my videos. Anyway, shameless shilling aside, let's talk about what I was going to talk about. Anyway, all right, what inspired this? For some reason, I always feel the need to tell you guys what inspired me to think about what it is I'm talking about. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope you guys are not like, oh God, just get to it. Anyway, over the last 2 days, I binged and I read The Wicked Righteous. It's a series from Alterna. And I did not read the standalone issues. I read the, they call it the graphic novel. It's the trade paperback version. Collects the series. It was, like all Alterna books, it's a limited series. And I read the collected version. And what really inspired me to pick it up and read it was that in my new, I've told you guys before, I have the Everything 2019 Alterna subscription. And in this month's delivery that just came the other day, I shared a picture of it on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter at @jam_creates, you would have seen it. Part of the stuff coming out this month from Alterna was a new Wicked Righteous series, in issue 1, Wicked Righteous Exodus, issue 1, and that was part of my delivery. And I was like, I wanted to read the series, and I just never did. I missed out on it, and now there's a new series starting here, and I want to review it, of course, for you guys. And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna pick up the old one and read it. So I ended up actually doing it on Comixology, so I read it digitally, and I just bought the collected version rather than buying the single issues, which actually it's like $1 more to do it that way, but I just felt like, I don't know, that just felt like the right thing to do. So I did. And the end. No, I just felt like I was telling a weird story there. You guys have to forgive me if I seem a little loopy today. I'm tired and it's been a stressful week. I don't want to get into that though. That's personal stuff. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I read the book, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I don't know if I'll do a review on it. So I guess just kind of consider this like the mini, impromptu, unofficial review of the original Wicked Righteous series. I liked it. It was cool. It's a post-apocalypse type story, but actually, I don't even know if I would call it necessarily a post-apocalypse. It's almost like a during apocalypse story. And it's cool. There's a cool alternate history of what's happening and stuff, and so there's this whole thing where all these people are dying, and it seems like the only people who are being left alive are killers and criminals and kids. I mean, there's adults, but it's a weird thing. So, and it's never fully explained, honestly. They do leave it somewhat to your imagination, but my point, eventually I'll get to my point here. My point of this video was not just to give you a review of The Wicked Righteous, but I had to get that all out just to say this. The story was excellent. I really, really dug the story. The art was okay. Now, you know me, I'm usually Mr. Positivity, and I like to be positive. You know that. I mean, anybody who's followed my channel for any length of time knows that I like to be Mr. Positive. So I will say this. There is some good art in the series, but there's also some art that is definitely, I don't know how to put it. It's just off, I guess. Like, you look at it and you just kind of see, like, that's not quite the level that I expect from pro comic books. It kind of, at times, I guess, maybe looks like a really good web comic, I guess would be the best way to put it. I don't know. It's just certain spots where there's like certain anatomy flaws and weird angles, and you could tell the artist was struggling. They wanted to put this angle in, and they struggled with the angle, and so the art just came out like a little funky. So there's definitely like certain panels that you could look at, and I could point them out if I wanted to, but I feel like it's kind of silly. It's beside the point. You know, I'm not doing this harsh critical review. What I'm getting at is I still really enjoyed it. So my question, finally, that I would love for you guys to answer for me in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious about this, about what people think, because I go back and forth on this. What is more... listen, preface it by saying... Yeah, I know, I just keep making you wait for the question. Preface it by saying, if we could, in a perfect world, every comic book would have amazing art and an incredible story. Great writing. My question is, in the real world, where that doesn't happen too often, what's more important to you? The art or the story? Is there one that will just kill it for you and just stop your interest dead? Like, if you're looking at a comic book that has like incredible artwork, and you're looking at it like, this is amazing art, and then you start to read the story and the story is just trash, are you like, yeah, I can't read this anymore, I'm done, I'm out? And vice versa. If you're looking at a story, you know, you're looking at a comic, you're like, yeah, the art's okay, it's not the greatest, it's all right, but then the story hooks you and you're into the story, but the art is, like, let's say subpar, or not even necessarily subpar, it's just not the best. Will you stick with it just for the story, even if the art maybe is not the greatest, or maybe it's just not to your liking even? It could be a style that you're not, like, super into. You know, I'm curious, like, what do you think? I know that's a thing, I'm genuinely curious. I know that's usually like a way that some turd starts an argument online, but I do really mean it though, like, because I can go either way with that. Like, there are times, like with The Wicked Righteous, where the art was good, it was okay, it wasn't amazing, it wasn't the best I've seen, but the story was really good and had me hooked. So I read through the whole thing and I genuinely enjoyed it, and I would love to, and I would recommend it to you because the story is strong. The art is okay. The weaker of the two is the art. But the story is good. And then I've read other things in the past where I'm almost like, I don't even care what this story is. This story is just like the dumbest, by the numbers, whatever. But the art is just so insanely awesome that I just want to look at just show me the pretty pictures. Like that, and I've done that too. I've bought comics just for the art, and the story was lackluster, but I didn't care because the art was just so, like, inspiring and amazing. And vice versa. I've bought books. It's a lot harder if the art is not great. Honestly, it's a lot harder to get someone, because comic books are a visual medium, so it's a lot harder to get someone on board if your art is, like, kind of eh. But, listen, there are a lot of people out there who read web comics that literally just have stick figures. The art is just stick figures, but, like, they like the writing, so they just keep reading. So it just, it makes me just curious. Like, it makes me wonder, like, are other people out there like me who you can kind of separate it? Like, you'll look at something and you'll say, all right, I'm reading this for the art because the art's amazing. The writing is whatever. It just get me from cool picture to cool picture, and we'll call it a day. Sorry about that. Again, hey, listen, this is what happens when you're driving home sometimes. Will I edit those sneezes out and you won't know what I'm talking about? Possibly. Probably not. But anyway, so, I wonder, because I know I can do that. I can absolutely, compartmentalize with different comics and say, this is a visual comic. This comic is about the art. The story is, same story I've probably read 1,000 times, but the art's so cool, I don't care. And then there's others where I'm like, the art is okay, it's not spectacular, but this story is just so good. I can't wait to read more of it. Are you guys able to do the same thing? I'm sure some of you out there can do the same thing. And I'm sure there's some people who just write something off immediately based on one aspect or the other. It's a lot like, I've done videos before about my love of 90s action TV shows. Clearly, I'm not really watching those for the art. I'm not watching those because I expect them to be these amazing artistic endeavors. No, I'm watching them because they're silly and fun and they have action and explosions and gunfights and whatever. And sometimes they have some funny dialogue. That's why I'm watching those. I'm not watching those for the artistic merits per se. I'm watching those because, that's what I like. I like seeing the action and adventure stuff. If I want to see something that has spectacular writing but has no action, I'll watch that too, but that's going to be a different show, and I'm going to know that when I'm going into that's what I'm watching. Same thing with movies. You go and watch what you know is going to probably be a bad movie, but you think it's going to be entertaining. You'll watch a bad movie, at least I know I will. I'll go into a movie knowing, this is probably going to be stupid, but it's going to be entertaining. So you'll watch it, and I'll watch it, and I'll enjoy it. I'll judge it for what it is, and I'll enjoy it. And then there's other times where I'll go see a movie knowing, this is going to be a quality film, and I'll watch it and judge it, on that basis. So I think you can do the same thing with comic books, and, so it makes me interested. Now, I will review the first issue of The Wicked Righteous Exodus, and I don't know if it's the same artist on board and the same it's probably the same writer. I'll double check before I post my review, and I'll let you guys know in the review if it's the same team making that book, and I'll let you know maybe the art's even better. We'll see. I'll let you know how that issue is when I post that review. So anyway, that's really all I wanted to just talk about, was the difference of will you stop buying a book? Will you stop reading a book because the art's terrible, or will you keep reading it because the art's even if the art's bad but the story's great? Or will you continue to read if the art is fantastic and the story is not so hot? Let me know in the comments. I really would like to know, and I think it's a good conversation starter. And let me know some comics. Maybe you could even give me examples of I totally bought this book just for the art, and the story, I didn't even care. I just wanted to see the artwork. And I've done that. I've done that in the past for sure. I'm trying to think examples off the top of my head. It's kind of tough. But I know I've done that in the past for sure. So let me know. And, like I said, talk to me in the comments, man. I'd love to hear it. And, I love to comment back, and I love to have conversations in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, you could still give it a thumbs up. It's really not going to hurt you. And you can subscribe to the channel, and you can share it with your friends and your family and your pets and, anybody who has a YouTube account. Just let them know all about it. We're trying to grow the channel. I'm at 108 subs now, on our way to 110. We'll get there eventually. Someday we'll get to, 200, maybe 300. I don't know. We'll see. Don't get me wrong. I would love for the channel to blow up. But I love you guys because you guys are here now. And that means you guys are super cool that you're willing to give a shot to a dude who's, still on the low end of the totem pole. And I love that. So I definitely appreciate that. Much love to you folks out there. Also to my BitChute subscribers, if you're not a YouTube person, BitChute, I mirror my stuff on there, although it has been a little wonky lately and a few of my videos have not posted. Not sure why that happened. But if you're one of my BitChute subscribers, you rock too. And you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at jam_creates. I'm on the gram. That's right. I do it for the gram. I mostly just post pictures of my dog on Instagram, but you can follow me there too if you want to see pictures of my Chewini. You guys have seen him before, Beans. He's been in a couple of my reviews, and I've done some dog walking videos. It is way too freaking cold to do dog walking videos right now, so when the spring comes around, I'll probably do more of those. Look forward to it. And so that's it. This is just kind of a long, lazy exit to the video here. So that's all. Put your seat backs upright, your tray tables, all that nonsense. And I will talk to you guys soon. Feel free, like I said, follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm on Minds. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Friendster. I'm on MySpace. No, not really. Do those things even exist anymore? Anyway, forget all that nonsense. I am actually, though, it's actually kind of funny. I was talking about all these weird social networks. I'm actually on Vero. I'm at Jam Creates on Vero. That's Vero. I don't know anyone else who uses that social network, but I just continue to plug away at my stuff on there, and once in a blue moon, I'll get a like or something. So if you're on Vero, or if you are on Vero, wow, what are you doing? Because I feel like I'm the only one on there. But if you are on Vero, dude, follow me. If you're not on Vero, hey, jump on. Let's make it our own social network, because it's totally one we could take over and just make it ours. And nobody's going to try and silence us or kick us off there, because they just need the users. So anyway, that's it. I'm actually not on Gab. That's kind of funny. I'm thinking about that now. Maybe I should get on there too. But anyway, this is probably the longest ending of a video ever. So make note of that if you're, for some reason, need to know which of my videos has the longest ending. And I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.